Alright, now in this video, let's go ahead and create our actual pivot table for basic user and actually assign some basic information to the user. For that, let's close everything in here. Open our terminal, and you're going to run a new command. Here say php artisan make model basic with a capital user. You're going to type -mfs migration factory and cedar. Click enter. Alright, after creating that, now let's go to our this one, basic users migration. This one, basic users migration. Now in here, by convention, if a pivot table in Laravel is supposed to be singular. So for us, the first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to change this from basic users to basic user, singular, and here basic user. And then down here, let's add some fields now. Foreign ID, user ID, constraint the users table, a cascade on delete. And I have another table here. It'll be foreign ID, basic ID. It can be constrained on the basics table. Also here, cascade on delete. Yeah, so that's it for this one. Now let's go to our basic user model. And here let's say protected. Here let's say protected, guarded, make it an empty array. Now in here, we're not going to add any more stuff. Now let's go to our basic model. And you're going to update this one such that here we're going to, down here, let's create a relationship. Here function, that's going to be to users. The return type here is going to be belongs to many. Now here, let's type return belongs to many user. Yeah, user model. The pivot table is going to be this one, the basic user table as a pivot table. Okay, since we're linking the basics table to the users table via the basic user table, so that a user can have multiple basics information. After creating that, now let's go to our user model. And here let's create a reverse relationship basics. Also here let's call this one belongs to many. So here it's a many to many relationship. Here return this belongs to many basic class, and the pivot table is going to be again the basic user table, just like here in the basics. Right, now after doing that, how do we assign this to our user while in develop? Well, we can go ahead and create that manually, but the time for that will come in our actual browser or interface. For now, we can do that programmatically by assigning these values when the user is created. Okay, we can do that in our seeders too, but I want to show you a different way on how to actually add information as the user has been created. So for that, we're going to listen to a user created event, and for that we're just going to do a very simple thing here, right here in our user model, by creating a boot method. Going to be protected static function, call this one boot. Make sure this is boot, the name. Here we're going to say parent boot. Now in here, let's create a static created. This is going to listen to the created event. Okay, open there. Let's create a function. Let's close that there. Pass the user which is actually created. We're going to first start by getting the basics. Since here we have already created the basic model in fields and already seeded the data, we can now use it here. So here basics. Here let's check if wants children in the future. So you can say basic. Let's get these basics. Right, let's just filter this one actually. Where the group equals to basic group enum. Let's get the first one. We are going to say the user, this user. We have a basics relationship here in the user model. This one that we just created actually just now. This one. We're calling this one right here basics. We are going to attach this basic that we get from here, semicolon there. So here what happens, I'm going to get the basics from the database, and then here just fetch one which belongs to this group. After getting the first one, I'm just going to assign this first one to the basic. So now after that, we just copy this one, we type zodiac sign. If we can change this one to zodiac So yeah, just in case you are running into this method for the first time, in here you can just listen to many events such as static created. You can also create another one here, static deleted, here to listen to when a user model is deleted or any other model, and then perform some actions inside the function method in here like that. So this can be very helpful, and hopefully you can use it in your projects and any other projects in the future. So yeah, for now let's go ahead and try to actually migrate so we can see if this is actually going to be created. So here, let's type php artisan migrate fresh flag seed. Right, amazing. Now let's go ahead and check in our table. Alright, now we have the basic user, this one, basic user, and you can see it has been created successfully. Here we have as the basic ID 2, this, that, and the 2 to 6. So they are created successfully when the user is created for the first time.